In our last episode, we assassinated the infamous pirate captain Gaston Tussaud right on his own ship. Today our target is a bourgeois wood elf in Bruma. We speak to Vicente to learn more about the task.
We need you to stage an accident. Kill the target in the manner specified and you'll receive a considerable bonus. Do you accept this contract? Well then, I suggest you get your affairs in order and return to me as soon as you're able. As I expected. Good. The target is a wood elf named Baenlin. You will find him at his home in Bruma. Enter secretly and avoid his manservant, Gromm. On the second floor is a secret door leading to a crawl space. Inside are the fastenings of a mounted head that hangs over Baenlin's favorite chair. Loosen those fastenings any night between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m., and the head will surely fall on Baenlin as he relaxes in his chair, as is his custom. If Baenlin is eliminated in any other manner, or if the manservant Gromm is killed, you will forfeit the bonus. Now go, and may Sithis be with you.
Before we head out, let's see if other Dark Brotherhood members have any useful tips on this contract.
The manservant's name is Gromm, you say? Sounds like a Nord. Probably a big one. If he catches you, get ready for a serious fight.
If the target is old and weak, as you say, then his manservant is sure to be quite the opposite. Best stay out of his way.
If things go badly, forgo the plan and simply kill the mark any way you can. You'll lose the bonus, but at least the contract will be fulfilled.
How do you plan on entering this man's house? Through the front door? Be smart and look for a more inconspicuous way in, like a cellar entrance.
The best approach to this quest is to sneak into the house through the basement in the evening. This will give us unimpeded access to sneak upstairs, enter the crawl space, and loosen the fastenings to the stuffed minotaur head positioned above Baenlin's chair.
Ha!
Remember, we have to do this between 8 and 11 p.m. while he is sitting in his chair. When the deed is done, we need to sneak out of the house. The easiest way is to head back out through the basement. Be sure that Gromm doesn't see you, or he will attack on sight. Now, if sneaking's not your thing, another approach is to go in through the front door. We'll take this opportunity to explore dialogue options with Baenlin.
Huh? You're not Gromm? Who are you? Why are you in my home?
If we say nothing...
Why are you here? What do you want? Get out of my house!
The Night Mother loves you.
The Night Mother? What's this all about? I think you should leave now. You hear me? Get out! Gromm! Gromm! We have an intruder!
Someone wants you dead, Baenlin.
Dead? Me? There must be some mistake. I'm just an old man. Just an old man.
Regardless of which option you choose, Baenlin calls for his manservant, who will then attack you. Now instead, if we speak with Gromm before speaking with Baenlin, he will threaten us to leave.
The master doesn't like visitors. Leave this house, now. If you're still here in 20 seconds, I will be forced to crush you. For your sake, you'd better be on your way to the door.
If we don't take his advice, he will attack us. Gromm is a fairly tough opponent and could do a lot of damage with his warhammer. However, he's not that great at defense, so I was able to spam attack him with my sword and take him out. Remember that completing the quest in any way other than the first approach will forfeit the bonus, so for the rest of the video, we will proceed as if the Minotaur head fell on Baenlin. So why is Baenlin a target of the Dark Brotherhood? When we spoke with him earlier and chose the dialogue option, "Someone wants you dead," Baenlin was completely shocked.
Dead? Me? There must be some mistake. I'm just an old man. Just an old man.
Unlike our previous target, Gaston Tussaud, Baenlin doesn't seem like the type of guy who's made many enemies. He lives a quiet life of leisure in retirement in his nice home in Bruma. He's a fairly wealthy and prominent individual, but not controversial. So it begs the question, who would hire the Dark Brotherhood to kill him? Once Baenlin is dead, his nephew Caenlin quickly moves into his home and inherits the wealth from his dead uncle. When spoken to, he doesn't seem to be that displeased about it.
Oh, Caenlin's my name. Maybe you knew my uncle, Baenlin. He died recently. Stuffed head fell on him. Very tragic. Well, goodbye.
We can glean more details from a special edition of the Black Horse Courier, which interviews Gromm and Caenlin about Baenlin's death. For the residents of Bruma, a city known for its snowy avenues and frigid Skyrim-like temperatures, nothing is quite as important as the warmth and safety of one's own home. But even the most secure dwelling can harbor a deadly secret. In the case of Baenlin, an elderly elf nobleman who had called Bruma home for nearly 43 years, death came not from the icy cold, nor from the sting of a burglar's blade, but from a killer far more insidious: structural instability. According to Gromm, Baenlin's longtime live-in manservant, the day of his master's death was like any other. Baenlin lived as a recluse and rarely left the comfort of his home. He spent his morning breakfasting and his afternoons reading or napping, but it was in the late evening hours before bedtime when Baenlin relaxed in his favorite chair, as was his custom, when disaster struck. A stuffed minotaur head mounted on the wall directly over the chair came crashing down, killing the unsuspecting noble instantly. As horrible as Baenlin's death may seem, even more horrible is the revelation that this was not an isolated incident as previously thought. In fact, through a series of interviews and an in-depth investigation, the Black Horse Courier has learned that many of Bruma's homes are actually death traps waiting to spring. "Me and my boys, we done repair work on half these houses. They're a bleeding mess. Rotted wood, rusty nails, misaligned foundations. Them Nords, they good for drinking and killing, but they can't build a house worth a damn." So said Antoine Dubois, owner of Dubois & Sons Carpentry, a thriving house-building business headquartered in the Breton nation of High Rock. Because of his expertise, Dubois has been known to offer his services throughout the Empire and has visited Bruma on numerous occasions. In his opinion, this predominantly Nord city features some of the most poorly constructed dwellings in all of the Empire. "Yeah, I know what the Nords say. It's the snow. It rots the wood. It does this, it does that. Wine, wine, wine. The mead-swilling savages wouldn't know oak wood from oranges. Truth is, they just don't know anything about the latest architectural methods. The work is unsafe and sloppy. That head that fell on the elf, an infant could have secured those bindings better. It's no wonder they came loose. But I've seen this type of thing all over Bruma. Did you know that until I came in to do repair work on the roof, you couldn't attend a service in the chapel without getting snowed on? Now that's just wrong." When asked what he thought of the issues, Baenlin's nephew Caenlin, who inherited his uncle's estate and is now residing in the very house where he was killed, had this to say: "It was a tragic, tragic accident. I always told my poor uncle that head would fall on him someday, but would he listen? Now I've heard the rumors that some think there was foul play involved, but that's nonsense, of course. Everybody knows that this city is falling apart. It could have happened to anyone." And so, as the city of Bruma mourns the loss of one of its oldest and most respected residents, there are those who can't help but wonder, am I next? It's interesting how Caenlin deflects charges of foul play, seemingly without being prompted. He blames his uncle by saying he warned him that this would happen. To me, Caenlin seems to be the most likely suspect in the Dark Brotherhood assassination plot against his uncle. He stood to gain a lot from Baenlin's death, and shows no signs of grief at his loss. Gromm, on the other hand, is devastated.
Baenlin. Oh, Baenlin. I loved you, old man. I loved you, but I couldn't protect you. Oh, Baenlin.
After Baenlin's death, he can be found drinking at Olaf's Tap and Tuck 24 hours a day. Other townsfolk will comment on Gromm's sad state of affairs.
Any idea what Gromm will do now that old Baenlin is dead? Is this true? Yes. The Fighters Guild is Baenlin. Oh, Baenlin.
After the quest is complete, we can return to Vicente and receive our reward. If we made Baenlin's death look like an accident, he will say,
So, the accident has been staged and Baenlin lies dead. Well done. You have more than earned your reward and bonus. I present to you this dagger. It's an enchanted blade known as Sufferthorn. Its prick is deadly, I assure you. Yes, you are quite an asset to this sanctuary. In fact, I believe you are ready for advancement. I hereby appoint you Slayer. Well done. Now go, child of Sithis. Go and rest. You'll need it.
With this, we receive a leveled amount of gold and the bonus reward, Sufferthorn, an enchanted dagger that inflicts extra damage points and drains stamina from the target. If we killed Baenlin in some other manner, or killed Gromm, we forfeit the reward, and Vicente will express disappointment.
Baenlin is dead, yes, but you did not fulfill the contract precisely as directed. I will grant your reward of gold, but the bonus is forfeit. Despite this misfortune, you are ready for advancement. I appoint you Slayer for the Dark Brotherhood. Now go, and continue to serve Sithis well.
Either way, we complete the quest, accidents happen. In our next video, we will pay a visit to our old friend Vaelin Dreth in the Imperial City Prison. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Big Dan for more Elder Scrolls videos like this one. I will be going through the entire Oblivion Dark Brotherhood questline in this series, so stay tuned for that. You can access all videos in the series in a playlist linked in the description below. Thanks for watching. This is Big Dan Gaming. Until next time, see ya!
Well met. Good morning. Did you ever hear about the ghost of Lord Vlindrel? They say he haunts the road to Coral. Not that I've ever seen him myself, mind you. Is this true? Yes. Safe travels. Be seeing you. Good to see you. Is it true what they're saying? Is Baenlin really dead? Yes. Heard any news from the other provinces? There are foul tidings from Skyrim. The Greybeards speak of the end of all times. This is unbelievable. How can the gods let this happen? Goodbye. How are you? I've been better. How about you? Great. What's the news from the other parts of Tamriel? Nothing I'd like to talk about. Bye.